Hello there, it's Andy Branton here from Commonwealth Pro Audio in Louisville, Kentucky. Today we're going to take a look at Tell My Mother I Miss Her So off the Roadhouse Sun record by Ryan Bingham and the Dead Horses. Ryan doesn't play the tune the same way every time as far as like pre that record, then after that record, with different backing bands and stuff. He plays in a different key, maybe a little bit different riff. So you can listen to different versions of this tune and employ some different techniques later after you've seen this video. So let's dive in. All right, so this tune is in the key of C on the record. Sometimes Bingham plays it in B. Depends on, I guess, how his voice is doing that day. I don't know. If we capo on the 5th fret and we play in the key of G, as if we were playing in the key of G, that'll get us in the key of C. If we were to play in B, we just move the capo down to the 4th fret. But in case you're listening to the record, we're going to do this one in C. So the majority of this tune is built around this particular G shape. The other thing is there is an E minor 7 in the chorus of this tune. And so we're going to play it like that. So you can see the goal is minimal movement and hanging on to what are called pedal tones. So pedal tones would be notes that we hang on to and keep them throughout a phrase or a song. It comes from the idea that of the 3 pedals on a piano, you hold down a pedal and a note rings out and keeps going. Let's start with the main riff. So this is what's used on the intro and then also through the verses. And again, there are some variations on that you'll find, but this one right here, I saw several videos of Bingham playing the tune and also listened to the record, and I think this is the closest approximation of all those methods sort of together. All right, so I'm going to play it at full speed. So now, let's break down what we're doing there. Let's do it kind of slowly. Yeah? Okay, if you do it slowly, it's... Now, so we're going to hold on to the pinky and ring finger on what we would think of as the 3rd fret, because we got a capo, of the E and B strings, okay? And we're going to pluck the open G string and then hammer on to the 2nd fret of that G string and then back off. So it's like, so we hit it, we hammer onto it, and we strum to get these guys here, and then we pluck it open again and strum. So it sounds like... Now, what's next? So we've done... We're going to do something very similar with the open D string. Pluck it, hammer on, strum, and then we pluck the open G string. So that phrase is... Okay, so we put those things together. We've got... We're going to go... All right, so that's open D, hammer on, strum, keep the 2nd fret on that D string, open D, and then that big old bass note there, that G. So putting all that together, we've got... What strings am I strumming? I don't know. It's a G chord. That's why I'm holding on to it. Again, for dear life. So, I'm not going to, when I'm playing the first riff, okay, or the beginning of that riff, I'm not going to be all down here, okay? I'm going to be right, like working my way through that chord down to the bass notes. All right? Don't overthink it. It's not a big deal. Just don't play something that sounds bad. Congratulations. You have learned half of the intro. You're going to play that again during the intro, but it's the exact same. So, let's learn the thing that's not the same. So you've played that riff, okay, and we're going to play a variation on that right after it. What's the variation? That's it, buddy. So we're going to do that open G string, hammer on and strum, then the open G and strum again, right? So same as the first thing we did, right? Here's where it gets a little different. We hammer onto the D string again, open D, hammer on. But this time, we do an open D string. We don't pluck that G string like we did in the first part of the riff. And strum again. So, put those things together, we've got... So now we're going to go... So that's the open D string, and we strum. And then we're going to do the open D string, second fret on the A string, and the third fret on the E string. So we're just, again, working our way through that bass part of that chord, right? And we have a little strum there at the end. Let's put those two things together slowly. You'll notice I just keep the thing going. So I'm just plucking the E string and strumming the chord. And that is really more to keep time than anything else, because it is important that you come back in with the riff at the right time. So congratulations. That is the only thing you need to know to play the intro and the verses. So the intro is twice as long, so it's that riff twice, right? So parts 1, part 2, twice. And then we start the verse, and it's just the riff again. All right, we just go through it. So the different part then happens at the chorus. It changes. So let's play like the end of the verse, okay, maybe part 2 of that riff, and take it into the chorus. I think that's a good idea. And we're going to do some walks and some embellishments on this to get past just playing a G, an E minor, and a C chord. All right. So this is part 2 of that riff. We're going into the chorus. Like a little fiddle solo that happens. All right, now we're gonna hold that C chord and then back into the riff. Okay, so that is the entirety of the chorus, and like I said, there's a little bit of a musical interlude there that the violin's covering on the record, I believe. Great, so we come back from that riff and we go. So that's just, I'm picking the G and strumming, picking what would be an F sharp note if we weren't capoed, but it's the second fret on the E string, and strumming, and then the open E and strumming, open A and hammering on to the second fret, and strumming. Then we're back to the G chord, pluck, strum, open A, hammer on to the second fret, strum, C chord, pick, strum, open D, and then hammer on to the second fret, strum, and then back to that kind of thing. So we've got like that. It's just about keeping that nice strum going, you know? This is the last time, I think, we're going to hold this C chord. You see, that's just the pattern, right? And then back into the riff. That pattern, plucking a bass note, strumming, open, hammer, strum. And that strum is, right? Down, up, right? All right, y'all. Let's take a look at that sort of musical bridge that comes in after, on the record, comes in after like a long like mandolin solo and there's a little guitar lead up to it. And also there's a break where all you hear is just acoustic guitar. I'm going to play it for you. Kind of sloppier than the record. Great, and then that riff follows through into the last verse. They'll be playing that sort of that descending line. Sorry. So this little interlude is very similar to the intro and the verses. We've got open G. And we hammer on, and we're back off of it. Okay, we add in the little, that's the second fret on the G string, up to the fourth fret, back down to the second fret, and open. So, yeah, that's pretty good, isn't it? And then we, that's the open D, hammering on the second fret, strumming, and again. That's the open G, second fret on the G string, open G again. So it sounds like. And then you do it again. Here's the descending line. Okay, that is the fifth fret on the D string with the open G string. Okay, so that's just the a unison note, right? A G note. Again, we're capoed, so little faking it there. And we're just going to descend down the major scale. So then down a half step, so down one fret. That's the major 7 note, then to the 6th note of the scale. That's the 2nd fret on the D string. Open D string, open G string, right? So you can see I'm alternating between them. I don't think I said that. So I'm alternating between the D and the G strings. So gonna hammer on. Not gonna hammer on yet. We're going to play the open A string and then hammer on to the 2nd fret and hit that G string, and then the 3rd fret of the A string, open A again, and to the 3rd fret of the E string. So we've got and then you do the descending line again. Congratulations, you've learned the whole damn song. Whole song. Congratulations. All right, let's just do a shortened version of everything we've learned. So like 1 verse, most of 1 chorus, then the little musical interlude back into a chorus. So you can see sort of how these things all play together. Very little mistake there in that little bridge part, but I got it back on track. So that's how the tunes play together, or that's how the parts play together, rather. So this has been a guitar tutorial, a little lesson on Tell My Mother I Miss Her So, off the Roadhouse Sun record by Ryan Bingham and the Dead Horses. My name's Andy Branton. As always, you can check out more about what I have going on at andybranton.com, as well as at commonwealthproaudio.com. If this video helped you, please tell people about it. Hit like on the video, subscribe even, leave me a comment, all that good stuff. If it didn't help you, I'd prefer if you didn't tell anybody that at all. Just keep that sort of knowledge to yourself. Thanks.